Version 32, please watch this video to know what's the latest update. Newly added firearm, explosives, syringes, mechanics, fluid items, and a clothing editor. These are the new tools, gear, and systems that will change how you play. Together, these features make Update 32 one of the biggest quality of life and creative expansions yet for Melon Playground. Get ready for more ways to experiment, more control over your world, and a lot more chaos and fun. Now let's start exploring the liquid duplicator. Obviously, it duplicates liquids. When a liquid is placed into or passes through the duplicator, it creates additional amount of that liquid. Essentially, it acts like a multiplier for any fluid input. The duplicator works in the setup of fluid systems, for example using liquid pipes, valves, containers. It likely takes an input from a container or flow and then outputs duplicated fluid. Although it duplicates, there is a cap based on how much the container S involved can hold. You can't exceed physical limits of containers or storage. Particularly helpful when you have a liquid that's rare or hard to get, allowing you to multiply your supply without having to keep sourcing from the original. Can help in scenarios where you need large amounts of some fluids, fuel, chemicals, etc., without having to repeatedly collect, produce them from scratch. With pipes, valves, fluid containers, etc., in the update, Duplicator lets you build more complex fluid networks, where you put the duplicator, how you route the liquid, and what containers you use will affect efficiency. You might want to duplicate closer to where you need the liquid rather than transporting large amounts. There are so many tricks and strategies to explore when it comes to the new fluid features in Melon Playground. You can experiment with different liquid types, mixing them together to see how they react, whether they spread, burn, or even damage objects in unexpected ways. Also design piping systems and containers, setting up valves, pumps, and duplicators to control where and how fluids move. This opens up endless possibilities, from building realistic waterworks to creating chaotic traps that flood enemies or spread fire. Another fun strategy is using fluids alongside mechanical parts. Imagine powering devices with fuel, setting off explosives with liquid triggers, or flooding entire sections of your sandbox to change how characters interact. And don't forget the liquid duplicator. By multiplying your resources, you can build large-scale experiments, keep dangerous fluids flowing endlessly, or set up chain reactions that just wouldn't be possible with a limited supply. And here's the fluid tank is a storage container designed to hold and manage liquids in the game. It's part of the new fluid mechanics system alongside pipes, valves, duplicators, etc. The tank acts as a reservoir for any liquid you collect or produce, prevents spillage, and gives you control over how much liquid is available at a time. When connected to pipes, valves, or pumps, the tank can release fluids in a controlled way. You can decide when and where the fluid flows, instead of dumping it directly into the environment. In short, the fluid tank is the backbone of the new liquid system. It stores, controls, and supplies fluids for creative setups, survival experiments, and all kinds of chaotic fun. The syringe machine is basically the automation upgrade for one of Melon Playground's most iconic tools, the syringe. Instead of you manually clicking and injecting one NPC at a time, the machine turns the process into a system. It auto-loads a syringe, positions it, and injects into a target without human input. Think of it as a robotic injector. The servo can rotate objects around an axis or pull in a linear path depending on how it's oriented or attached. It appears to work well with other mechanical parts, gears, bars, pistons, maybe triggers. You can build chains of movement. You can adjust how much it moves, how fast, direction, etc., possibly via settings like angle limits or speed sliders. Well, that's what we call a nail gun. At its core, the nail gun fires nails at high speed, acting like a compact firearm. Each shot can pierce, pin, or damage targets depending on what it hits. The nail gun can detect movement or presence in its range and automatically fire without player intervention. You don't need to manually aim or pull the trigger. Once placed or activated, the nail gun monitors its area and reacts on its own. Unlike standard auto turrets, this system is smart enough to avoid overfiring. When an NPC has been hit once, the sensor recognizes it and will not fire at the same target again. Not every new feature in Update 32 is about destruction or chaos. At least there's one addition that balances it all out, the healing turret. Unlike the nail gun or other automated weapons, this turret is designed with a positive twist. Instead of firing nails, bullets, or explosives, the healing turret scans for NPCs in range and delivers a restorative shot. Think of it as an automated medic station. The turret uses sensors just like its offensive counterparts, but its purpose is different. Once it detects a wounded NPC, it activates and restores their health. And just like the smart logic in the nail gun, it won't keep spamming heals on the same NPC it delivers treatment once, then moves on, making sure its healing is spread efficiently across all characters. As the name suggests, the rocket turret is as fast and destructive as a rocket itself. This isn't your ordinary automated weapon. It's a launcher built for maximum impact. The turret is equipped with sensors that scan its surroundings in real time. The moment it detects a target, it locks on and launches a rocket at extreme speed. No hesitation, no delay, just instant reaction, almost faster than a human could respond. What makes it powerful isn't just speed, but the area damage. Unlike the nail gun that targets one NPC at a time, the rocket turret's explosion affects everyone and everything within range. Let me show you my own strategies to maximize the uses of these new features. The truth is, each one of them, the nail gun, rocket turret, healing turret, servos, fluids, they're not just tools, they're systems. And when you start thinking in systems, that's when the game opens up. Let me show you my own strategies to maximize the uses of these new features. The truth is, each one of them, the nail gun, rocket turret, healing turret, servos, fluids, they're not just tools, they're systems. And when you start thinking in systems, that's when the game opens up. The point is simple. You can do much better than just dropping items and pressing play. These features are designed for experiments, strategies, and discoveries. Don't waste your time on surface-level fun. Try, fail, adjust, and build again until you unlock setups that even the devs didn't imagine. Another exciting update is the addition of clothing properties in the NPC templates. Before, clothing was just about looks, something to make your NPC stand out visually, but now it goes much deeper. Clothing in Update 32 isn't just cosmetic. Each piece can have specific properties that affect how the NPC behaves or survives in the sandbox. Imagine giving a character armor like clothing that reduces damage, or a fire-resistant suit that lets them survive explosive traps for longer. Even simple clothing can now have attributes that impact gameplay, not just style. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and more importantly, I hope it sparked ideas. Update 32 isn't just another patch. It's a toolbox of new mechanics, weapons, machines, and even clothing systems that completely change the way you play. I can already imagine how you'll start exploring, setting up traps with the rocket turret, building healing stations with the syringe machine, experimenting with fluids and duplicators, or creating your own custom NPC squads with the new clothing properties. This is your chance to push the limits, test strategies, and discover setups no one else has thought of yet. Don't just play the update, explore it, break it, and make it your own. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.